Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. A Merry Christmas to you. It's the 28th of December, and today in the church's calendar we turn our mind to a somber story, the slaughter of the Holy Innocents, those children who were slaughtered by Herod so that he could feel safe from the new kind of king that was born into the world. Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be consoled. But of course it points us to an even greater truth, that in the world in which we live, human life is vulnerable, and the vulnerable are often exploited, and the most vulnerable are often the first to suffer. Whether it is because we do not regard the importance of human life, whether it is because we think of people as human statistics, or whether it is that we do not take to heart that each person is precious because she or he is a child of God and made in God's image. I was incensed to see someone, a member of the government, talking about the essential and admirable work that food banks do. Food banks only exist because of a failure of government and a failure of a society to take care of the most vulnerable. We should remember that a Christian imperative is to care for the weak, to respect life, and to, above all, realize that the measure of our society is how we treat those who are weakest. One of the stories that Desmond Tutu tells, or told, I'm not sure it was originally his story, but he made it famous. He talked about the situation where people living on a riverbank kept having to pull people out who were drowning, people who were struggling, pull them out, pull them to safety. And then he said, but the important thing to do is to go further up the river and find out who is throwing these people in. Mercy and justice are two sides of the same coin. And on this feast of the Holy Innocents, when we are challenged by the horrors of the things that human beings can do to each other, and that the powerful can do to the weak, we remember those words of Mary, that the rich shall be brought down and the humble shall be lifted high. And we remember above all that God chose to come and live among us, to bring his kingdom of justice, of mercy, and of peace. May God bless us all.